Hey fam, this is Marlo, also known as Raydiant, the Warrior Encourager. I'm an international speaker, songwriter, and singer, and also a music missionary. And welcome to Memories of a Music Missionary. And this episode is called Know Your History. One of the greatest things you can do to help you connect and relate with the amazing people where you're going to share the gospel through music is to know history. Know history about that country and those people. One of the greatest things I find that is helpful for me is to read up on amazing musicians in that country, amazing artists, such as painters, sculptors, architects. I even look for what has happened in the history when it has come to wars or things like that. And one thing I look for when it comes to tying in the gospel is what famous person in history has done something for maybe the civil rights of that country, or really fought for the poor or the underprivileged in the country, or for education or something like that. And if that person was jailed or killed for that, that is very significant, because that is really helpful in sharing the gospel, because that helps me tie in why Christ died. You know, Christ died for the sins of man and to bring us into right relationship with God. And so people can identify with that. All right, people identify with that. And then as a musician and a singer and a songwriter, people also want to know if I've known musicians in their country. I mean, people know all about Western musicians, you know. People ask me about songs from Beyonce and all of these people, but they want to know, do I know musicians from their country? Like when I came back from Italy, or when I was in Italy just recently, a couple months ago, people said, Marlo, do you know any Italian musicians? And I said, or any Italian singers? I said, yes, I do. Mr. Biondi. I told them those that I do know. And they were like, really? I said, yes. And they were like, okay. And so, you know, and that kind of built some rapport between us. So try that. Try to study up on the country where you're visiting. It also, not only does it show that you care, but it shows that you care enough to study up. You're not just coming there to teach people this and teach them that, and you're coming to pour out, but it also lets them know that you care enough to learn about, not just pour out. You come to learn about. That's good. Don't just pour out. Hashtag learn about. All right, guys, so that's my tip for the day. And that's one of my memories, is that I remember connecting with people on or about their own culture, their own significant contributions to music. People around the world are bringing significant contributions to music. Acknowledge that, accept it, and admit that it's wonderful. It is, because everything is not happening in just your country, wherever you are from around the world and wherever you're listening from. It's not just happening in your particular country, but around the world. People are creating great things, and they're contributing something of beauty to art and to culture. And God can use what people are contributing to art and culture and sharing his gospel, because God loves art. He created it. All right, guys, I will see you next week for episode 7. Thank you for listening to episode 6. Remember to stay in touch with me on Instagram at Raydiant Marlo, Raydiant Marlo, no W, no E. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.